I get started, I have a confession to make. I don't actually like tamales. I never have. Maybe it's a texture thing. I can't tell you exactly why. But I named my speech My Perfect Tamal because that's just one. Most people call them tamales because everybody can eat more than one. Tamales are a touchy subject, a tradition that people feel strongly about. So I realize that there are lots of people here that I might have already offended because I admitted my secret dislike for such a grand tradition. You know, the thing is, food is amazing. It has a way of bringing family and friends together. Coming together to make and enjoy time-honored dishes is often less about eating and more about maintaining traditions and relationships. You see, so for centuries, tamales have been more than just a meal. They've been a symbol of unity. They've been a testament to the richness of our diverse cultures. This delicacy has woven itself into the fabric of Latin American cuisine, becoming a staple in households across the globe. So, what exactly is a tamal? Tamales are made of masa, which is ground corn moistened with water. The masa is wrapped in whatever leaves might be available, like corn husks, and inside the masa is a filling of tender meats, spices, and vegetables. So, my grandma Stella taught me a lot of things growing up, but my favorite lessons were always in the kitchen. We made chicken and dumplings, cookies at Christmas time, homemade tortillas, and of course, her famous tamales. The thing about my grandma, though, was that she wasn't forthcoming about her recipes. She didn't tell you all the ingredients. You had to stand right next to her and watch her because she would always add a little bit more salt or cumin without measuring anything. She was constantly tasting or smelling or feeling the texture, so she knew exactly how her creation was coming along. So, let's make them. First up, we prepare the chilies, a blend of ancho and Colorado chilies boiled until they're soft. Chili is what gives the meat the most flavor. So there's salt and cumin and oregano, and then we blend it until it's a nice and smooth finish. After that, we've got the meats. My grandma used both pork and beef, and she'd simmer the roast on the stovetop all day with just an onion, bay leaf, and salt. Then she'd use a meat grinder to be sure that both meats were incorporated and mixed nice and evenly. And then, of course, we've got the masa. My grandma had a favorite bakery that she would get her masa from, and she'd add some baking powder, some chili powder, a little manteca, and she'd add a little bit of that chili to make the masa a little bit more colorful. When all of these were finally ready, the assembly would begin. Spreading the masa in the husk in a nice, even layer, and then placing the meat in a line down the middle of the husk, making sure it doesn't run to the edges while we cook it. Assembling each tamal by folding the husk and the tail. And then we wait. Some think that there's a curse on whoever eats the tamal that sticks to the pot. But if you cook the tamales right, there should be no tamales stuck at all. When the husk comes away easily from the masa and the filling, the tamales are done. This is a time that brings generations together, an event that families look forward to each year. A tamale-making party is called un tamalada. It's part art, part hard work, part repetitive labor, but all family bonding. Passing down stories, sharing laughter, and creating memories. Each family member takes on a different task to prepare the tamales, and the older generations share their skills with the younger generation. Keep in mind, this is no easy task. For lots of hardworking families, it's a labor of love that started lots of years ago. These tiny packages can be savory, filled with meat, or sweet and filled with fruit. Each tamale is unique and created one by one. So the tamal has come a long way since the early Aztecs ate them at war. Tamales were often carried by warriors on long journeys and hunters on hunting trips. The women made them for festivals and rituals, and their preparation hasn't changed much since. You see, food, it's essential for everyone, playing a role in our lives from ordinary days to special occasions and holidays. Traditional recipes, cooking techniques, dining etiquette, they can reflect the values and beliefs of different communities, and they're all vital parts of our cultural heritage. Just the aroma of food can take you back to your childhood, and no matter how you choose to fill your tamales, you'll always be a part of a long history of faith and family as you enjoy these ancient treats, whether or not you like them. So, the name of my presentation is My Perfect Tamal, but I think we all have a recipe in our families that's made the same way. It's wrapped in history and wrapped in history and culture, filled with respect for tradition, and enjoyed with the love of family. So in a world that often seems divided, let's take solace in the simple act of making tamales. A reminder that no matter our differences, we are all connected by the bonds of family, culture, and love. And a margarita. Salute.